For number one, it should be pretty obvious right off the bat that the most important thing that you're going to need to worry about is this negative right in between these two terms. This question is just testing whether or not you can correctly distribute a negative to all parts. So put steps into your process that prevent you from making the most common mistake. Because you can also look at these answer choices and tell just by the fact that they're pretty much the same except for positives and negatives, that if you mess up, you're going to get an answer that's there. So be really, really careful. Here's what I do. I literally draw the little distribution lines so that I can make sure I don't forget. So, okay, 2x squared minus 4 doesn't change, right? There's nothing in front of those parentheses, so we can just ignore them. But now that negative is going to switch the sign of every single piece in the other set of parentheses. So now we're going to have plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 7. And if you've done that correctly, the rest is just combining like terms. We can have 2x squared and a 3x squared. That's going to get us 5x squared. We can have this negative 2x stay by itself, so that's there. And then the negative 4 and the positive 7 come together to be a plus 3, which gets us choice A as the answer. That's probably the most efficient way to do things. But it's not the only way to do it, because if you're really bad at algebra, notice here we do not need to solve for x. It's just a placeholder. And when x is a placeholder, that means we can almost always arithmetize. So that means we're going to pick some numbers for our value of x and just kind of do arithmetic instead of algebra. So if we look at this, I would say, well, the easiest thing to do would be to make x 0. And it helps us a lot here. So we would take 2x squared and we put zeros in for all these x's. And that means that that first term, 0 squared is 0 times 2, is just going to be 0. Minus 4. Minus, well, that's 0 plus 0 minus 7. We can clean that up really easily. Negative 4 minus negative 7. Well, that's negative 4 plus 7, which is 3. And then when we plug 0 into all of our answer choices, we're supposed to also get 3. That's our magic number. So if we did that, this is very quick. We can just see that all of these first two terms for all the answer choices would just cancel out. Because if we made x 0, all of those, anything that's attached to an x is going to go away. So right away we see, okay, well, choice A is going to be 5 times 0 squared minus 2 times 0 plus 3. 0 minus 0 plus 3 is 3, the same number. And every other choice, I'm not going to waste your time with it, but every other choice is going to get me a different number. They're going to get me negative 3, negative 11, and we'll know that those are wrong because they're not the 3 that we need. So is arithmetize more efficient here? Probably not. But the bigger point is that this is the first question in this section. It's supposed to be the easiest question in this section. So you cannot afford to get this wrong. You will not get a good score if you're getting something like this wrong. So if that's because you're bad at, algebra, then arithmetize and make it into arithmetic. If it's because you make careless mistakes, maybe you should arithmetize, but at the very least, you should be doing every single step, showing your work, doing those little distribution lines so that you don't make the mistake that they really, really want you to make. Those little steps inserted into your process can save you a lot of points on the SAT.